Spring is here, and while vaccinations are now speeding up, new data from the state health department shows young people are still at risk. The median age of those testing positive for the virus in Vermont over the last 2 weeks, 29 years old. For the young and the restless, a reminder.
You're not invincible. You can get the virus regardless of your age, and you may feel like you're invincible, but you're not.
But older Vermonters are now increasingly protected. Infections in people 70 and up down dramatically in recent weeks. And the White House told the state governors Tuesday to expect another bump in shipments as the new Johnson & Johnson vaccines begin to arrive.
That's about 5,000 more doses this week than last week. So that's great news for us.
The governor will sign up for his shot when Vermonters 60 and over become eligible Thursday. For schools, the education agency is now preparing new guidance after the CDC recommended kids can be 3 feet apart with masks. Officials expect high school students will all get vaccinated before fall reopening, younger kids early next year. The White House Tuesday gave no indication when the Canadian border might reopen or whether there will be some kind of proof of vaccination needed to cross when it does. Meantime, the health department confirmed 25 Vermonters so far who were all fully vaccinated still got infected with the virus. Out of more than 100,000 people, though, a very small number, the commissioners said, and no one got seriously ill. For the rest of us,
we're still in a very delicate time where the virus and its variants can and will take advantage of us if we let our guard down.
in fact, new COVID infections were up in all 6 New England states this week, but New York enjoyed a 23% decline. Alice?
Stu, thanks. New questions tonight about how effective the AstraZeneca vaccine really is after concerns have been raised over its vaccine data. AstraZeneca announced on Monday that its vaccine is 79% effective against symptomatic disease and 100% effective against severe disease and hospitalization based on its U.S. trial. But top U.S. health officials are worried the company may have used old data. There's currently an AstraZeneca trial at UVM that has hundreds of people enrolled. We're told this news has been a surprise.
We were surprised. I think all the sites were surprised this morning when we heard the news. So I think at this point, we are in a period where we're waiting for AstraZeneca and the Data Safety Monitoring Board to relook at all of that data, and hopefully that in the next day or so we'll have an answer from them. And really what we want to know is the vaccine as effective today or tomorrow as we thought it was yesterday.
The UVM vaccine trial is expected to continue for 2 years.
Now to the case count across our region tonight. In Vermont, 89 new cases reported today. 29 people are in the hospital. 5 of them are in intensive care. 1 more Vermonter has died from the virus.
In northern New York, 30 new cases in Clinton County. 1 more person has died from the virus there. 5 new cases in Franklin County and 5 new cases in St. Lawrence County.
In New Hampshire, we're still waiting for today's update. It was a year ago today, New Hampshire announced its first COVID-19 related death. It was a Hillsborough County man over the age of 60. More than 1,200 Granite Staters have now lost their lives to COVID-19. The governor says more people in the state will die before this pandemic is over.
Overall in our state, we've done very, very well. We still have one of the lowest death rates of COVID in the entire country. We're all very proud of that. But there's still 1,200 individuals that aren't with us today, that were here last year. And you have to remember them. You have to understand we still have a long way to go. This was going to be a long haul.
The governor went on to remind everyone to continue to follow the statewide coronavirus precautions.
In northern New York, the community commemorating 1 year of COVID-19 in Essex County. People gathered this morning to thank essential workers and honor the 27 residents who lost their lives to the virus. Although 35% of Essex County residents have rolled up their sleeves for a vaccine, health officials are continuing to encourage the community to get the vaccine when they're eligible.
The best way we can honor those who we have lost is to take advantage of what they never had, right? Which is a path out of this.
Community members carried 27 roses to honor their lost neighbors. Those who spoke at the ceremony are looking forward to brighter days ahead.
Let's turn to the weather now. Here's a live look from our South Burlington camera tonight, pointed at Tilley Drive. NBC5's First Warning Chief Meteorologist Tom Messner's in our Plattsburgh studio. Boy, did we warm up quickly around here.
We sure did. And isn't it nice that we have daylight so much later these days? Sun going down after 7? Yeah, it's a real bonus. It's definitely nice when you're looking at some of the webcams and the sky cams that we have around the region. All right, let's check in with these days' highs. How about 70 degrees, not only in Burlington, also saw it in Messina today. Didn't quite make the record. I believe the record is 73 for this date in Burlington, but we've got a better shot at breaking a record Thursday, we're thinking. For those that were in the 60s, most were pretty darn close to 70 degrees today. Not bad. What say we take a little jaunt around the region here? How about Plattsburgh, 64 degrees. We're in the 60s in Montpelier. 62 there, along with Lyndonville, just a little bit cooler. Down at Stratton Mountain, where right now it's 59 degrees. We've had some high clouds kind of rolling on in, and it looks like we become mostly cloudy for a chunk of tonight. I think that's going to be the case during the day tomorrow. We've got some rain showers coming in by tomorrow evening, but the real deal for rain is going to be on Friday. So we'll give you the whole time. We'll time this whole thing out for you, not only up to Friday, but in the weekend and even beyond, all right? We'll get to it all. First warning weather. It's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Tom, thanks. Well, we've had a couple of warm temperatures bring an early end to winter activities.
We have a new warning tonight urging people to stay off the ice. NBC5's Zuri Hoffman is live near the Burlington waterfront with what you need to know. Zuri.
Well, guys, the Vermont Department of Fish and Wildlife tell us ice conditions are deteriorating quickly, and in most places, it's just not safe to be out on the ice at this point.
Is it worth the risk?
That's the question Williston Fire Captain Prescott Nadeau wants you to ask yourself before you head out onto the ice. Luckily, this department didn't have to perform any ice rescues this season, and they want to keep it that way. They say right now it can be especially dangerous since the weather is getting warmer, things are melting fast, and falling through ice could be deadly.
The temperature of the lake right now is in the 30s. What that means is that if somebody were to fall through the ice, one gulp of that freezing cold water or even just the instant immersion in that 30-degree water is going to almost paralyze you.
This year, there's been a number of close calls. Our region seeing multiple deaths from ice breaks this winter, like in mid-February when a 22-year-old man died on Lake Champlain. Dana Joyle with the Vermont Department of Fish and Wildlife says by and large, those who ice fish should be off the water already.
Ice fishing shanties have to be removed from state bodies of water by the last Sunday in March, or when the ice loses its ability to hold the shanty. In parts of my patrol area, that's already happened.
He says sunlight, warmth, runoff from rivers, and movement underneath the ice can cause conditions to deteriorate quickly. Joyle says this time of the year can be even more dangerous, so he's urging people to use their best judgment and always assess the risk.
When people go out in the spring and they stay out through the course of the day, when they concentrate their weight at the end of the season, they can end up falling through, and they have a much more difficult time self-rescuing, and that's why it can be dangerous.
And we're told if you ever need to head out on the ice, having the right safety equipment can really make a huge difference. We're told you should invest in an ice pick. And we're also told you should use the buddy system, go with a friend. That can, again, make a huge difference, guys. We're now live in Burlington. I'm Zuri Hoffman, NBC5 News.
Zuri, thanks. Coming up here at 6 o'clock, pushing back on a plan to reform police in one northern New York village. What the next step is.